Well, thanks for staying. Reading next will be Marcus Slease.
Okay, I just moved out to a place called Westbury, which is, I'm sure many of you know, in the east, in the Docklands. So this first poem is about the experience of moving to this new place in Westbury, and it's called Westbury. I can feel my hands and feet. For the first time in 2 years, it is warmer inside than outside. This is day 5 of my new life. Goodbye, black mold. The Chinese next-door neighbor gave me a potato and some herbs from her garden. Indian curry is wafting from open windows. A group of Chinese teenagers in baggy shorts are playing basketball in the court outside my window. I don't want to have any secrets. I want to be a warrior, feline, marvelous, and tough. My white teeth whiter, a matinee B movie. In the slow coming up of the morning sun, the Thames is my skin. It is a Chinese signal. The river walks up and down, scanning the longshores, a patternless pattern of excitement. It beats in tiny blocks. Boots, boots. Dear Eva, hello. It is atonal pre-dawn skulls in our marriage bed. Say it. You are off to the fish market. The fish market is a flush palace shimmering velvet red and yellow and orange. We are growing a new garden. We are warriors riding the radio waves under a sky of burnt umbra. I am Elvis in the Docklands, rotating my hips. Kildare walk, less fool cat, so knows excitement. This is written by a secret method. My hands are no longer shaking. Time flies like a great whale, the great Earth Mother. I am the Kenneth Coke of this great big fragrant day. My feet walk the great water, feline, marvelous, and rough. These are the days of my new youth. I live in Westbury. Eva has arrived with a big, giant salmon from the fish market. Her hands smell of fresh fish. We are shivering polytonic breezes in the dappled green of hair. We live in old Chinatown. So it's a pretty cool place. It's Westbury. A lot better than Wood Green, where I lived before. It's a big shopping mall. There's nothing there. The second one, I used to be Mormon, and I was a Mormon missionary for a while, which is, anyone been a Mormon missionary? It's quite different. Yeah. So this is playing with the idea of string theory and a companion that I had as a Mormon missionary when I used to be Mormon, not anymore, named Elder Stuckey. You'll hear about Elder Stuckey. This is called string theory. I'm learning about other universes that may be inches from this one, and how these other universes may influence this one, but they are invisible in another dimension. This is string theory, and I'm wondering who or what is pulling my strings. I'm thinking of Elder Stuckey from Alabama, who walked with a cane in Boise, Idaho. We were Mormon missionaries, 19 and at our peak, as they say, sexually but celibate, and doing the Lord's work in suit and tie, riding bicycles. I tied him to the bedpost because he was afraid of touching himself in the middle of the night. I wanted to do the right thing on my Mormon mission. I read the missionary guide every morning at 5 and didn't listen to music or watch television. I tried to listen to the still small voice that was invisible. But there were other voices. There are always other voices that are invisible. Now that I am not Mormon, I want to believe in other universes beside this one, like the layers of my onion brain. There are multiple kingdoms, and the top one is celestial. I'm not going there. I'm supposed to go to outer darkness. That's okay. I don't believe in outer darkness. But I do too. I'm thinking of Kafka and his beetles. Who is my puppet master? Who is stringing me along? I am chewing a nasty piece of chicken and thinking about other universes. The universe is my brain. I love you. Okay, for the last piece, I'm going to be reading with Stephen Fowler. It's some poem plays called Elephanche, and the cover is done by Tom Rayworth. It's a nice little elephant. I think there's some copies over there, isn't it? Yeah. So we're going to be reading a poem play, sort of influenced by Kenneth Cope, New York School Poetry, but also European avant-garde plays as well. And this one is with a poet named Lisa Jarno. I don't know if you've heard, some of you may have, of Lisa Jarno. So this play is called Would I Fire Lover in Love with Fire Love. Scene. On the tube Piccadilly line, the dead are being ferried to Piccadilly Circus. Stephen, James, Edward, Johannes, Bjorn Fowler is with poet guide Lisa Jarno.
Lisa Jarno. I'm just getting into coffee internally and my phlogiston, even though Jeff burnt it. Tim and the burning things upon the beach, tires, a cone of 6 feet high. In 1987, having consumed in the back room the napalm flung from slingshots near midday. All the burning that there is being beach burned in San Luis Obispo. Our friend died a Viking. This punt won't do. Enter a burning bush.
Burning bush. Turning towards Stephen Fowler. The variety of food that can be cooked with it does not end at bear, but lamb and most of those Buddhist, not kami, Shinto, used to shape swabs in the glow of early winter, staring into the human animal, where we are humanly beating the human moth against the human lamp, the biggest log to put into the fire, the building of all such things. We live in 1981, and you were too, and I watched over you. Hard to stop traveling into time in the mind, but you must not. You would have missed Livia, ended up a suicide, slung onto moving cars while burning, the imagined heat of the outer planets.
Chorus of the dead being ferried to work. For all the otters as they gleam, the palace of the clotheslines, the dark wood wingspan, the music cattle, deers and hens, the wingspan of the cows, the dark wood of the cars, the letter of repeating space, the coming on in being, then perspective, then katsu. Enter the snake cults of ancient Greece with little hot chickens. They parade up and down the carriage singing to SJ Fowler, laughing at him for using initials, not realizing he used to be a ghost or a liar.
The snake cults of ancient Greece. Purple clothes of winter-wet clothes, fresh moth blue skies where the moon is in the sky, having mammals, the hot coals of lampshades. The chickens are burning, the chickens are done.
Lisa Jarno, taking Stephen Fowler's hand as they head towards the gate. Advice to racing paths, duck the June beetle as it turns in the air. Also certain people and the carnival in Florida, in Texas, the death of Frank on Fire Island, to see the fire launch into the night, the coffee warm inside the day in the hay where people dream.
Piccadilly Circus, exit Eros.